Welcome to the Perfect Torture online release party.
My name is Charlie.
I'm Baldrick.
I'm Dan.
I'm Josh.
And we are Black Smoke Trigger. And we're going to be live with you in just a moment. So grab a drink, get comfortable, because for the next 60 minutes, we're going to be sharing with you some behind the scenes footage from in the studio and the making of our latest music video. We're going to be giving you a chance to win signed gear and one-of-a-kind collectibles you can't get anywhere else, as well as a few other secrets that we have in store for you. Now, the story of Black Smoke Trigger started in 2019 when myself, Baldrick, Dan, and Josh started writing songs before flying to Nashville, Tennessee to record our debut EP with the legendary producer Michael Wagner, who has been behind some of the biggest rock and metal records ever made, amassing over 100 million sales worldwide. When returning to New Zealand, we took on the challenge of filming our first music video completely underwater for our lead single, Caught in the Undertow. We then released our debut EP, Set It Off, on November 15th, 2019, and made it onto the US Billboard charts. We set out on tour and continued writing songs for our upcoming album. We signed a management deal with Andy Gold, who has managed the likes of Pantera, Linkin Park, and Rob Zombie, to name a few. He asked us, "Who do you want to work with on your next record?" And we said Nick Roskilinieks. After getting our songs together, we flew back to Nashville, Tennessee to record with Nick, who's produced records with the likes of Foo Fighters, Alice in Chains, and Korn. What was supposed to be a straightforward trip to record some songs turned into a long journey with lots of twists and turns. From coming back home to New Zealand to play some shows mid-recording, to getting stuck in Mexico without our passports, to producer Nick Roskilinieks flying to New Zealand to get the album complete. Once all was said and done and the music was recorded, everyone said, "How are you going to outdo the underwater music video?" Challenge accepted. We played on the edge of the tallest building in the Southern Hemisphere. Now, this day has been a long time coming for the band and, of course, for you, the fans. Everything we have worked towards has built up to right now.
This is the online release party for Perfect Torture. Let's go live.
Hello, everybody. We are Black Smoke Trigger. My name is Charlie. I play guitar in the band, and I'm also going to be your host here today. We, of course, have
Baldrick. I can't remember what my role is.
He normally sings, but today he can't remember. We have
Dan on the bass.
And Josh on drums.
And we would like to welcome you and also thank you for all of your amazing support over the first two singles that we've released so far. Of course, we have The Way Down, where we played on the outside of the Auckland Sky Tower, which was a whole crazy experience. And the last time we released a song, we done one of these live hangouts. And of course, the Perfect Torture track that we have just released just a couple of weeks ago. And the response to it has been absolutely amazing. And I think the best part about it is we finally, number one, got to play an acoustic guitar and got to show off your voice.
It was good. I mean, like, to be honest, it's one of my personal favorites, but yeah, we'll let the fans be the judge of that.
We've got a lot more coming for the album too, and we're going to be talking a lot about the creation of the song today, and also the creation of the music video as well. So without further ado, I think that we got to show you a couple of things that we're going to be giving away here today, because last time we gave away some props from the music video from The Way Down. This time we thought, well, let's do this. Now, funny little tidbit. Of course, you're going to see this in the making of. We actually became the art department for the making of this music video. So what that means is that I ended up with a whole bunch of fake grass in my garage, because we used fake grass for the set. We use real grass and that kind of stuff too. Have we got those things? Those things. So check this out. These have been made up. Andy has printed out the logo. So this is the actual grass from the music video and the actual guitar that was already broken. So don't worry, it was already unplayable. But we're gonna sign this and we're gonna give it away. We've also got another one. Where's the other one? We got two of them. We're gonna be giving this one away, and we're gonna be giving this one away, and we're gonna be giving these away live. This is like the actual bits from the music video, and you gotta be careful because I almost just got myself a little splinter there. But these are going to be given away live. I'm gonna sign those, and as well as Josh has the signed drumsticks that we used in the actual music video. So we're going to be giving those away live later here today. So you want to stay tuned for that. This is cool. You can just put your hands back and everything disappears. And so the other thing I wanted to talk about here is the upcoming tours. Who are we touring with?
We will be touring with Filter
and
Bruce Dickinson.
Now, Bruce Dickinson has been known for flying planes and winning Olympic medals. On top of that, he, as a side gig, he's also the lead singer of Iron Maiden. And so
he's not so bad with the singing and the flying of planes.
Yeah, it's quite surprising, really. I mean, who would have thought like someone who's a pilot would sing? But we are super excited for these upcoming tours, and we also have some shows here in New Zealand to warm up as well. So if we go from the beginning, the beginning, does everyone even remember where we are playing?
I believe Wellington.
Let's bring up
Palmerston North.
And you guys can get your tickets from blacksmoketrigger.com, by the way. Let's bring this up. So keep getting these cities.
Wellington, Palmerston North, Hawke's Bay, and then of course with Filter we will be playing at the power station in Auckland. And
we then go to Australia, which that was not a very good accent of anything. So in Australia we're playing. We got Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide, Perth. Then we go to the United Kingdom. We are playing Wolverhampton, Glasgow, Manchester, Swansea, Nottingham, London, Olympia and Paris, and Tilburg in Holland. And we are working on more dates for you. So we're getting around. So we're really looking forward to playing these songs for you live, because it's been a long time coming for us. Now,
and a long time for you guys as well, because right since we put out the first video, you guys have been giving us all the feedback about how much you really want us to come and play some shows for you, and finally we're getting to do that for at least a bunch of cities around the world. So
well, I mean, it's the first time that this band has ever actually performed in Europe. Like that's the Northern Hemisphere, actually, because we had these shows in US booked, but they got cancelled because of this lovely thing called a pandemic, which you guys would know nothing about, because it was only something that happened in our little corner of the world, right? So the other thing I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on is, like last time, we want to just offer anybody who wants to get some cool merchandise a discount code. So right here on the screen, you will see a QR code. Now, if you're not sure how to use a QR code, it's super easy. What you do is you get your cell phone and you bring up your camera, and then you just hold your camera up to that little square. And then when you do that, it will go, take me to the website, and you go to the website. Now, if you see there, use code PERFECT, you're going to get 25% off anything that you purchase on the website. So t-shirts, sweatshirts, bandanas. We don't sell bandanas, but if we did, you'd get 25% off.
We do have bikinis though.
We got bikinis?
We got bikinis. I just learned that the other day.
All right. Well, if I tell you what, if I'm going to make a promise here, if you go and purchase something from the website right now, I promise you that we will not post a picture of Baldrick in a bikini. So
I thought he was going to go the other way on
if merchandise and you want to rep Black Smoke Trigger, that's that you want to scan that QR code, go get that discount code right now. Now, just before we show you the making of the music video, what I'd like to do is just talk a little bit about the creation of the song, because the song came about in a studio where what we did is we played some music, and then next minute we had a song. It wasn't quite that simple, though. I do remember coming up with an idea and walking into the studio where these two chaps were, and we started jamming. It sounded very different to the way that it does today, at least the intro, because the intro is actually like really, really heavy. And I actually had a beer bottle that I was using as a slide. I remember Dan was coming up with the chord progression, moving around, and I was using literally a beer bottle because I was like, I can hear a slide. There should be a slide guitar in here, but we didn't have one. And so, Josh, what do you remember about that fateful day where we wrote Perfect Torture?
Well, we were jamming away, and
actually, one thing I can tell you about is, like Charlie was saying, there was a lot of the song actually changed a lot when we went into Nick's studio. So, but when we were in our studio writing the song, it was very rhythmic and a lot of energy and heaviness on the drums. So it sounded like, and
it's so funny to look back now because it wasn't until we were in the studio with Nick and he goes, "I've got one for you. What if we made the verses acoustic?" And it was like, "Are you crazy, man? Like, come on, like, listen to this song. This is not an acoustic song." But he heard something that we didn't. And then, you know, as we started developing the song, you know, while it was still in a heavy sort of element, then we got Baldrick in to sing. And, you know, and originally the notes were a little bit lower in the chorus, right?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly who, but someone had the bright idea of making the chorus vocals an octave higher. Our cameras moved.
it's tracking something.
Yeah. Just moved away from the person that's talking. That's all right. But yeah,
Come towards over here.
so that definitely made the
Curious.
chorus a lot more challenging to sing. But when we heard it back, we were just like, yeah, it needs to be this way. It's a lot, you know, it adds so much to the song. And
And he can do it. That's
yeah,
the other thing is he can do it, you know, so that sounds great.
I think from where it used to be before we brought it into the studio in Nashville, it's become much more of a roller coaster now, an emotional ride. And that's what we love about it.
Yeah, I think one of the favorite parts of playing in this band for me is that, you know, the musicianship is, you know, really, really great. Like I get to play with amazing musicians in this band, and one of them is of course Dan, and he is not one of your traditional bass players. And so what are you doing in that song that's a little bit different to what most bass players would do?
Well, when it gets to the chorus, which was actually the very first piece of part of the music that we came up with, usually in the music it'll be the guitar is doing kind of like the movement, and the bass will be just like holding it down on one note. That happens a lot, but we decided to actually flip that formula on its head, and so the bass is doing the movement and playing the chords, and the guitar is actually holding like a static shape. So kind of flip that sort of musical formulae on its head.
And that's the thing for me that sounds really, really awesome. And when you started playing that progression, it was just like, yes, that's it. Is because chords on the bass is obviously, you know, it does happen, but it doesn't happen in every song. And mostly, you know, in rock songs, it's usually not sort of happening a lot. And then so it really adds a really great timbre, a really great sound to the song. So now the other thing that is really interesting about the track was when I was strumming the acoustic guitar, of which you're going to see us actually recording the song in the studio in Nashville with producer Nick Raskilinix. He of course has, you know, done amazing work with bands like Korn, Alice in Chains, Hailstorm, Deftones, and so the other thing is he's worked with Foo Fighters. And I was sitting there strumming the guitar, and I was halfway through tracking it, and he goes, "Do you like that guitar?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." He goes, "Yeah, it sounds good." I'm like, "Man, it sounds great." And he goes, "Yeah, we recorded a lot of the Foo Fighters tracks with Dave." And so it was kind of bizarre to think, okay, like this is the guitar that yours on those Foo Fighters tracks. That was a cool little piece of information that we learned while we were actually recording with that actual guitar. Now, what I would like to do right here is just remind you that we are going to be giving away these prizes, of which we're going to sign for you right here as we're doing the prize draws in just a little bit. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to show you the behind the scenes and the making of the music video of which these prizes actually come from. So here we go. Enjoy this little video, and we'll see you back here very shortly. So we are currently loading in all of the organic and inorganic matter that's going to make up the staging. Now a quick tidbit is all of the grass, all of the trees, all of the leaves actually came from my house in Hawke's Bay. We'd actually had a cyclone recently, so I ran around and collected it all, and so you can see us actually spreading it all out onto this surreal hill that we built. And the reason why we built this was because we couldn't find an art department that was going to build exactly what we wanted. So we thought, screw it, we'll become the art department. we had this giant projection screen behind us showing all the clouds and these big fans that were blowing all of the leaves around, and some of the leaves were ending up in Baldrick's mouth while he was trying to sing. Check, everything's going good. I'm not getting leaves in my mouth, Baldrick's getting leaves in his mouth. Everything's looking good, I think. Yeah, right. We'll see.
It was good. I feel like I'm the only one that did it properly.
So we now have all of the inside band shots. Baldrick is here. He's going to be doing his actings with the model Lily. And then we are going to, after that, move outside and then get rained on and smash up some shit. Here's one I prepared earlier. And I was not expecting this to happen.
We kind of need that.
We do need those bits. So just like we became the art department, we are now the special effects department, and we are here at Mitre 10, and we're going to make a rain machine.
Hi, how are you?
Where do we find the rain machine?
The what machine?
Rain.
Rain?
Like a rain machine.
What do you... Oh.
No, we're going to build one. We need some PVC pipe, please.
Is that from plumbing or something?
Yeah.
Did they not have prefab ones? Is there like...
Definitely not.
I'll take you to plumbing. Come with me, quickly.
Push the hose on there and just screw it up tight. That'll seal it.
We've got 5 T-sections and an elbow.
I'm just asking if we've got C-stands. For the rain machine
What size pipe
itself,
is this? DDT?
What kind of length are we wanting? Well, okay, so, to be honest, terrible idea. Let's do it. This is the issue, is that we had this amazing set yesterday. Oh, bear with me, the director's calling.
So here we are. We are now outside. We've set the drums up for some slow-mo action.
Josh, can we have you on drums, please?
I, as the bass player of this band, am sick and tired of the cold, the wet, the rain. After this and the Undertow video, I demand quietly, politely, profusely that there is to be no more water in any future music videos.
Scale of 1 to 10, how is it?
Cold.
Yeah.
What time is it?
What time is it?
Yeah.
What, 11:15?
Now, no instruments that weren't completely beyond repair were actually damaged here, except for the bass that we put back together, and you may have seen it in a music video we filmed on top of the Auckland Sky Tower for The Way Down. We really felt like the slow motion chaos really added a visual intensity to the most intense part of the song.
What we need to do with every shot is just see where you're going to swing from and where it's going to land, and then we'll place the camera based on where it lands.
Okay, cool. So I'm thinking first shot is probably more of a swing around. I want to f that up.
Yeah. Rolling.
Okay, and then another one is I'm just sending it, as you say, through the skin.
Yep.
After that, we get the bass and we smash it into the cymbals.
Prepare the navel.
And then we smash it to bits.
Yeah.
Smash it ever done.
I feel very confident about that. Look at the way it landed, man. That's a leap.
And the strings have come off and everything. They're perfect. And now they leave that and just do the bass.
Oh, that's great. And that is how we made the music video to Perfect Torture. Make sure you go watch the actual music video right now. All right, so as I just said in the previous video, that is how we made the music video to Perfect Torture. Now, just a reminder, we got some stuff we're giving away from that actual music video. We're going to be signing these. So this right here, this is that actual grass. It's that actual grass, plus the some of the bits of the guitar. Now, we also get a lot of these questions about these instruments.
So if I may just set the record straight, we don't condone the destruction of expensive instruments. We love music and we love and respect musical instruments. What you saw was obviously a very, very cheap acoustic guitar that was already damaged. That was the guitar that was broken.
Well, I was explaining to Andy. He and I were talking, and basically what we do is we go to the pound. You know, it's like this is like the pound for music instruments, and we find the instruments that are about to be put down. And
that's a horrible analogy.
And what we do is to make them famous for a moment. and then so it's one of those things that that even though these actually look like expensive instruments, the kind of little secret is that it's actually stunt instruments. Now, just before I show you one of these stunt instruments and exactly what it looks like right now, we are going to actually allow you to enter to win the stuff. So right here on the screen right now, you got another QR code. Remember, if you don't know how to scan it, you just grab this and you just hold it up to the thing and it will say, I'm going to send you over here. And you say, yes. And then put your name and email in. And then that is how you enter to win. And guess what? We're going to be doing the live draw in 30 seconds from now. In fact, we should probably give you a few more minutes. Don't worry, we're actually going to give you more like 15. So, but you're going to want to go and enter it like right now. So go scan that. I think it's so cool that we had all that footage to show you from the making of the video. But just make sure you go and scan that right now if you want to be in the draw to win one of these, win some signed drumsticks. And these are the actual drumsticks that we used in the music video itself. So it's like pretty cool. Now, of course, there is all the merchandise available on the website. But what we like to do with these kinds of things is give you stuff that you can't get anywhere else. Now, here is something that we're not giving away. But what we do is, for instance, we had a stunt guitar. We call them stunt guitars because what we do is we take guitars that are broken, that are not going to be able to be fixed and playable, and then we make them look like they are like my expensive ones. And so, of course, we would never actually damage anything that is that is costly or isn't already broken. But here is something really cool. Is what we did is
I'll stand it right.
That this guitar here was already going to get like effectively thrown out because it was just like it was no good for anyone. And then so this is the actual guitar and all of the bits from that from the music video. And then so what actually happened is that all of these bits were collected, and Andy, our day-to-day manager here, his dad actually put all of this back together as an art piece.
So cool.
And then so here's actually, it's got a light that you can't see here because it's not plugged in, because you actually got to plug it in through the jack. And then so this is super cool. We're going to be getting this hanging up on the wall, and it's really cool to have that like as an actual like living memento of the actual Perfect Torture music video. So if you want to again enter in to win one of these prizes here that we're going to be giving away, you can scan that QR code, which is right there. Let's give them one more little look at this. One more little look at this. And when we're doing the prize draws, we're going to start signing these for you as well. Remember, this is the actual grass. Baldrick actually walked on this.
Here's the other one too.
Yeah, and he actually kissed the grass too. See?
I'm not going to kiss the grass. I've walked on it.
And so the other thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a Q&A here at the end of this session. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask the band, then put those in the comment section right now, and we will get to those a little bit later. And again, scan that QR code while you still can, because we are going to be taking it away in a minute, and then we're going to be doing the live draw and all that kind of stuff. So in that video, of course, you saw that we were collecting the leaves, the trees, and all that kind of stuff. We actually collected that from my property here. Now, here in Hawke's Bay, we had a not so great thing happen this time last year called Cyclone Gabrielle, and a lot of devastation. Some people lost their lives. There's a lot of homes lost. There's people still really trying to recover from it. And then so there was definitely a little bit of a connection to that when we actually took a whole bunch of stuff that had been washed up from, you know, in the river and stuff to kind of pay homage, have a little bit of a tribute to that. And so it was, yeah, very interesting, the fact that all of the stuff in that, all of the organic matter that you see in the stage actually came from my house. We loaded up my dad's van with trees, leaves,
yeah, big bags of leaves.
and as you can see in the making of, we're literally like just heaving them.
We were actually getting concerned when we were doing the video because we were kind of running out of leaves because they were
all breaking up and
breaking
stuff.
up and getting crushed.
Lost under the stage.
Yeah, we had to like scoot under there.
Audrey's mouth.
Yeah, he was eating quite a few of them.
I feel we need to pay a little tribute to Charlie's dad, who worked double overtime. We had a leaf blower basically set up, and Charlie's dad was just perpetually scooping up these leaves, throwing them up at the thing, scooping it up, and went on like that for hours that day. He had more than a lifetime workout in a single day session. So.
And that the scene and everything like that just looked so cool, and so we were so happy with how that video came out, and really feel like it just connects with the song and just shows the power of the song. And I think that nothing shows the power of the song more than when the storm really rolls in, things get chaotic, and Dan gets wet and angry. Now, here's something that you should know about Dan. He doesn't like getting wet. He doesn't like being cold. And for some reason, we've kept on coming up with ideas for music videos that do exactly those two things.
Gee, I wonder why.
and
we wouldn't have a sadistic member of the band, would we? No.
Well, there was
Charlie.
That was one of the funniest moments for me when we were doing that video. Is Dan had just finished his solo stuff, and he'd gone in. He got out of the wet clothes, had a nice hot shower. He had his clean clothes on. He was feeling good about himself. And then I got sent in to say, "Hey, Dan, we need a few more shots. Can you put the wet stuff back on and get back out there?" And his response was,
say, I wasn't exactly thrilled.
No.
Do you remember what I said?
He said, "Tell them to find a new bass player."
I don't remember the noises. He's like, now here's an extra funny little thing was that, of course, we needed to be like really, really wet, obviously, for the video, for it to, you know, because we had the rain machine, but we needed extra water on us to make sure that we were wet for the slow motion scenes, to make sure that all the water's going to fly around everywhere. So we had extra hoses, and we called them soaking hoses. And whenever someone needed to be soaked, the director yelled, soak. And then that was the cue in this case for Baldrick to just to go like full hose straight onto Dan. And can you tell me a little bit about that situation?
Well, basically,
and this is after he was already angry, by the way.
So I've been told, okay, you've done all your filming, all your bits are complete, so you can go back inside and get yourself dressed and warm and showered and all the rest of it. Then Baldrick came in with the very bleak news that there was actually apparently some shots that our director had failed to adequately capture. And not too surprisingly, I was not thrilled at the prospect of going back out for a round two. And but you know, took one for the team, as they say, and back out I went and got myself all doused again. And as we're filming this final little bit, this final little component, the only part of me that needed to be seen was my torso down. That was the only part that there needed to be some extra footage of. Well, Baldrick was responsible for the soaking duty. And what happened then, Baldrick?
I soaked him right in the face, directly in the face.
So it's like a full, like a hose on full, like right at the face.
To which I said,
"Not my face, you fool!" And then you reminded me that if
a few more F words in that sentence,
yeah,
we'll leave them out for you know.
if I liked my current dental arrangement, you advised me not to do it again.
There's something about like the structural integrity of his face. Was
In my defense, I was on autopilot. So before that, we had Charlie and Josh up there, and we were doing sort of like the head to the waistline shots. So there was a routine of like wet the hair in the face, then wet the instrument. And so I just went straight for the same thing. When Dan came up there, not realizing that they were only pointing the camera at his face, and I just got him.
And I gotta say,
We can laugh about it now.
I gotta say, it was very, very, very cold while we're doing it. Now, something that you may or may not have realized is that in fact, I know that at least 1, 2, or 3 of you do know that are here with us. We actually filmed Perfect Torture before we filmed the music video to The Way Down, and here's how I can prove that to you. Go and watch the Way Down music video after this, and you will notice that we actually put the Perfect Torture music video on in the background in one of the scenes. And so that was the kind of little Easter egg to share. And then so that was like, not many people picked it up though. You know, it wasn't until a few people started to go, hey, what is that? Wait a minute, what is that? That, of course, was the second single off the album. And I might have some news about a new single in just a moment. But first, because we are going to be doing this is a very short time that you can enter, I'm going to put up that code here. Remember, if you want to enter, we're going to be doing the live entries very, very soon. Baldrick, how do you enter?
You get your phone and you open your camera.
It's my phone.
This is his phone. So I'm entering on his behalf. And you just hold it up to that square there, and then that will give you the link to go to enter the draw.
Enter in your name, your details.
And only do it once. If you do it too many times, or if you just do it more than once, then it's not fair. And we just have to disqualify you. Josh has already entered 15 times. We have to disqualify him all the time.
Yeah, he really wants those drumsticks.
Yeah, I do.
I guess he does need them, doesn't he?
I keep chewing through my drumsticks.
After all.
Yes, we do.
Awesome. And I got to say, guys, remember that we are going to be doing the Q&A in just a moment. So if you have any questions you'd like to ask the band, then put those into the comment section, and we will be getting to as many of those as we possibly can very, very soon. Now, the next thing that we are going to be doing is showing the actual creation process inside of the studio. So again, we recorded this in Nashville, Tennessee with producer Nick Riskillenex. It was a lot of fun, and here is the behind the scenes look at us actually performing the song. Remember, if you have any questions, get those in the comment section, and we get into those very soon.
I think once we extend those parts, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
How'd that feel?
Yeah.
The rise up through the second pre-chorus felt really good. Yeah. That felt smooth.
You take one step closer and I forget my best intentions. You draw me closer, gravity slips away from me. Lines you weave over all my days. I'm milling over my head. I'll drink the pleasure, the pain. I feel you sink in your teeth. Your venom runs through my veins. Heartache is screaming my name. Drunk on the pleasure. Your love is perfect. Your love
All right, so that was us recording the song in Nashville, Tennessee, and it was awesome just watching you guys' comments fly through during that. And so, if you guys want to do us a favor, share it with someone that you know that loves rock music, and tell them, "Hey, check out this band from New Zealand. They play songs." It's generally what people do, but everybody who hears us it's going to help. Now, I saw someone asked, "Does the QR code that I put up, that I'm going to put up right now?" This one right here that you scan with your phone, does that give you 25% off? No, that takes you to the store. If you want 25% off for a limited time, if you're watching the replay of this, you probably missed out. But try it anyway. The code PERFECT. Use code PERFECT. That's your discount code. And in case you can't tell, we used PERFECT because the song is called Perfect Torture. Did you get that?
We tried very hard.
I'd never have connected those dots on my own.
It took a while to figure that one out for us, but that's the code you're going to want to use to get 25% off. And so Bordrick, some merchandise here. He's got a hat.
2 hats.
We actually, if you want a Black Smoke Trigger hat, I know the exact place to get it. At that QR code, you get 25% off. If merchandise is your thing, then we also have a different type of hat. But we've got cold hat and a warm hat.
We have a poster.
This is a poster.
And we have one of our Set It Off artwork t-shirts.
And so we got all sorts of stuff on there. So we got like signed vinyls, so we got signed CDs. So if merchandise is stuff that you guys want, then go and check out the store here. We even have a bunch of other stuff like this, which is some of the newer merch that we put on here for the way down. Now, that like Miami Vice, Grand Theft Auto style, the way down Bordrick t-shirt has been incredibly popular. People have been absolutely loving it. So we've got the Lambo from the music video, we've got the Sky Tower, we've got Auckland, we've got the helicopter, and of course we've got Baldrick. So just remember, guys, if you want to get 25% off merch, you want to go to that code right there, and I'm going to take that off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I forget you can't. Yeah, anytime you like, this camera tries to track. All right, guys. So, there
we go.
And so so one thing that's interesting that you may have noticed during that video is the fact that the lights are off for some of the time that I'm tracking guitar. And that wasn't just because the producer and I wanted to have like a little romantic guitar recording session. It's because there was actually this weird buzz that was coming through. It was like this particularly hot day. And so all of the air conditioning in the entirety of Tennessee was creating a buzz through the soundboard. So we actually had to turn off the lights in order to not get the buzz on the recording, which is crazy to think, like in a world-class studio that can still happen. I saw someone asking before, what was the studio? The studio was Nick Riskillinix's studio called Rock Falcon Studio. So next time you go back, and we're going to be uploading this to YouTube, I'm going to be uploading the studio playthrough to YouTube. Go and watch that again, and then you'll see the fact that we had to have the lights off when I recorded that solo. It was kind of cool. It made me like get into it a little bit more. The other part that I think is really interesting is you notice that that there wasn't actually some really close-up footage of Baldrick singing in the bridge just before the guitar solo. And the reason for that is because we kind of added that in like after the guitar solo was tracked. And I remember me and Nick sitting in the control room and Baldrick in the next room, and man, did Nick push you to get those or what?
Yep, very much so. You may have noticed a few wardrobe changes as well. And sometimes in the studio, not everything you want to get tracked gets tracked in a day, sort of thing. And of course, with this song, we were forever pitching new ideas and new things that we could add to it or possible changes. So we ended up being in maybe 2 or 3 separate occasions just to change things here and there, the bridge being one of them.
Yep. And another detail, as you may have noticed in that studio footage there, that verse 2, I'm playing a completely different bass guitar, playing an 8-string bass guitar. That was an idea that we'd overdubbed. When Nick came over to New Zealand, we suddenly had the idea of throwing that into the mix. And you'll also notice that not only am I playing a different bass guitar, But I have a radically short hairstyle.
I was thinking that as we were watching
I
it.
just gave myself a haircut when I got back to New Zealand, and there we have it.
All right, guys. So we're going to be doing the live draws very, very soon. So I'm going to give you one more chance to enter if you haven't already. If you're just joining us, we are Black Smoke Trigger. I'm Charlie.
I'm Baldrick.
Dan. Josh.
And we play music. And we're also going to be giving away prizes. Okay, so here is this is the last time you guys can enter to win this. Now, if you can't scan the QR code for some reason, it's not working, go to www.bstlink.co/win. You have to type in the www. Or else it doesn't work. I don't know why. It's just technology. It's 2024. We still can't figure things out. We're more of an analog band. We like tube amps and that kind of stuff. That's my excuse anyway. All right, so let's just show one more time what we're going to be giving away, and because these things are cool. These things that we're not giving that away. You can get that on the website.
Oh yes, nice.
We're giving away this, which is the actual grass from the music video. We're going to be signing it in just a moment. So if you want to be winning that, then yeah, enter your name in, and we got this. We've got the actual sticks from the music video. So it's kind of cool. We're not giving away the poster, man.
Just a little cameo.
Little cameo. So there we go. There we have it. Now, how many seconds should we give them to let them?
Let's go 30.
That's way too many. Let's just count down from 3. Scan it right now or go to www.bst.co/win. 30, 20, 10. I pointed at the camera again. Now it's just going to track me. No, it didn't. Okay, cool. Okay, guys. 3, 2, 1, and it is gone. And so congratulations for everybody who has entered in the prize draw or is entering right now. We're going to be doing those live prize draws very soon. And again, remember, guys, if you have any questions for us, put those in the comment section because we are going to be answering those in just a moment. Now, just before I make another announcement, which we are very, very, very excited about, I would like to remind you about the tour that we have coming up. You can get tickets right now on blacksmoketrigger.com. All right, so we are going to be playing Napier, New Zealand, Wellington, Palmerston North, and then we are playing Auckland with Filter. So we have Curly's Jules joining us for those first 3 shows. And then we are playing the Power Station in Auckland with Filter. Then we go to Australia with Filter, where we play Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide, and Perth. And then the mighty Bruce Dickinson. We jump on a plane that he will not fly, but we will go fly with him when we arrive, and we land in the United Kingdom, where we will be performing with Bruce Dickinson in Wolverhampton, Glasgow, Manchester, Swansea, Nottingham, London, and then we're going to Paris and Tilburg, Holland to round out that tour. Again, we're working on more shows at the moment, but if you're anywhere near those places, get your tickets right now. Some of them are already sold out. Been getting asked a lot, for especially for the London show. I reckon try and find like those second-hand stores, like those thrift shops. They sell concert tickets at thrift stores.
I'm not too sure about that, Charlie. That's an interesting idea.
Might sell fake ones.
So I don't know what kind of like second-hand stores are, but what we find here in New Zealand is the shows sold out like heaps in advance, like these ones are. Generally, people start to kind of sell a few tickets as we get closer to the show. So hopefully you guys can pick up some tickets and come and catch us in these cities. Now, the other thing that I would like to announce right now before we go into like the Q&A and all these kinds of things. We have a new song that we're going to be releasing in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Another one. We've got another one.
It's true.
And the song is called
Proof of Life.
Proof of Life is the song that we are going to be releasing in just a very short amount of time. 2 weeks. Now, here's the thing. If you want to be the first to hear it, we got a music video for it. We got the whole thing. If you want to be the first to hear it, then you're going to want to scan this right now. This has never, ever, ever, ever been scanned before. No one's ever seen this. We literally set this up just before this live thing here. Okay, so here we go. Go and scan this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right here with you because I like the song. I like the song. Okay, so remember, grab your phone, go right up there, and it says open. And I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna go and save this song. You should go and save this song. You should send this to all your friends to go and save this song. And it comes up. It looks like this. Okay, and see, we got the cover there. It's an actual thing. We're actually releasing a new song in a couple of weeks. And I listen to songs on Spotify. I click pre-save, and it comes up, and then it asks me if I want to give away my kidneys and my liver and stuff. And I say, yes, I'm willing to do that for this song. And then so we click confirm. And once we do that, I go complete. And then it says, yes, you're going to hear Proof of Life. And the music video is quite fun. We're going to show you that, not today, because it's not quite ready yet, but the song is. And well, the music video is actually done. It's just that we can't show it to you until the song is actually released. So go and pre-save the brand new single. This is going to be released in just 2 weeks. And again, this is the first time we've ever actually announced this properly. We've announced the date. And then so it's Wednesday, the 21st of February. You get to hear the third single from our upcoming album, Horizons. We've got more songs coming for you. Of course, an album doesn't consist of just 3 songs. We have more songs. But for now, this is all you get. So make the most of it. Go scan that code right now. And we cannot wait for you to listen to this new song. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to just answer a few of your little questions. Hopefully, some big questions that come through as well. So we'll see about that. But in the meantime, make sure you go pre-save, scan that. If you're watching a replay and the song's already released, guess what? That's actually just going to take you straight to the song, so you can go and listen to that anyway. All right. 9 people have scanned the QR code. It's telling me that 9 people have scanned the QR code. Do you have any questions about that?
Why is it not 27?
Let's see if we can get it to 27. Scan that QR code, go pre-save Proof of Life now, and in 2 weeks you'll be able to hear it. All right, guys. So let's go. I'm going to start answering some of these questions you guys have sent through, and then I'm getting all of the entries. I can see all of the entries are coming through here. And we are going to be doing the spinny wheel dial thing and giving away this cool stuff that we're going to give away to you. So let's see. Cara and Shane Crawford said, how good is it opening for Bruce Dickinson? Well, for me, I think it's pretty cool because our manager Andy Gold was absolutely exhilarated when he was like, dude, I got some good news. And then he told me, and I was very, very stoked because it kind of took me back to when I was like a teenager watching Iron Maiden DVDs just in Rock in Rio, and it's just crazy to think that now we're going to be sharing the stage. I mean, what was your guys' first reaction when I was like, well, we are now going to Europe to perform?
Yeah, like, just to, open up for someone, so huge like himself, and just for me, it's the biggest person to open up for, so it's going to be very, very exciting.
I was just like, I get to meet the guy from Iron Maiden. It's like, it amazes me that his voice is still that good for his age. He's still hit those highs like it's nothing.
Oh, he looks after it, that's for sure. Rachel Quayle has said, how many stunt guitars were harmed in the making of the video? 2. Only 2. And the bass was actually a good bass, but we put the bass back together. It's
functional now.
Yeah. So it's the bass was actually used in video number 2, The Way Down. So there's good news about that. Fast Raccoon said, will we see an alternate version of the video with Baldrick in the red dress? Now, of course, Baldrick featured as a female in The Way Down.
Type of account, mightn't it?
Yeah.
It's different dress too. Still red, 2 different dresses.
And in fact, since we filmed that first, we had no intention of putting Baldrick in a red dress when we filmed that video.
Didn't belong to me either, and it did not fit very well.
And if you're wondering what we're talking about, go and watch the Way Down music video and you'll see. Mitch Thistle said, looks like you made a hell of a rain machine. Well, it certainly made us absolutely soaking. I mean, I think that we could have sold this to a major movie production studio after, because it was definitely good. Connor Flickinger says, is the gunpowder guitar that's used in Caught in the Undertow underwater? No, it's actually a different one, because that's a different stunt guitar. I have that one upstairs. But yeah, what we do is we make these stunt guitars look like the real ones that I've got. So if you guys are going to come and see me live, you're going to see see us live. These guys are there too. I can't really play the songs
Hopefully.
without them. And so you'll see me playing the actual guitar, not the stunt guitar. Peter Matson has asked, have Black Smoke Trigger ever been to Sweden before?
Not yet, but we certainly would love to someday soon.
Can't wait to do that. That would be amazing.
Have you been to Sweden?
No.
No, I haven't been to Sweden either. It's about time. Yeah, we are going to be we're working on more and more tours and more dates. So won't be too long. Can't wait to play for you in Sweden. Carol DeMarco said it'd be great if you could come to New England, East Coast USA. Well, trust me, we are working on this. We don't have any dates lined up at all yet, so this is a completely empty promise, but I promise you we are working as hard as we can to get to the US. We've been asked a lot to be performing there, so we're going to be getting there as soon as we possibly can. Kevin says, hey guys, got tickets to see you in Wolverhampton, UK. Any chance to be doing a meet and greet to thank you all for all the brilliant music, and especially Charlie for creating Guitar Mastery Method? Well, we're going to try. We're going to try. What you'll probably be able to definitely do is catch us at the merchandise desk after we perform, because we're going to go there, we're going to hang out. So we want to meet as many of you as we possibly can, and just thank you for the support that you guys have given us over the time of us being a band. So absolutely, even if it's not like an official meet and greet thing, it might be a little bit more chaotic and a little bit loud, but we want to meet you, okay? So if you guys are coming to the shows, track us down, and we want to have a chat with you. We want to take photos with you, and we again want to thank you for all of the support. Angie says, how did you guys like being in Nashville? That's close to where I live. How did you like being in Nashville?
Nashville is amazing. It almost feels like home as well. Like there's a bit of a cultural type feeling to it, which is cool. And just being in the studio, Nick's studio is just so awesome to see all the gear, to have him in the studio, and yeah, it's cool.
Of all the places I've been to in the United States, I think Nashville is my favorite.
It's just such a vibe, you know, and it's and every time we go there, it seems to be so damn hot.
Yeah,
so damn hot. I like all the wildlife that you don't get here, like the I was gonna say antelopes, not the antelopes.
Squirrels.
Squirrels, and what's because we don't have squirrels here in New Zealand.
Armadillo.
Armadillo. We had an armadillo run past. Portrait comes running inside. There's an armadillo outside. I had a few beers, and so I was like chasing it. I did not.
I found all the critters: a raccoon,
lizards.
possum,
Yeah.
lizards. Yeah.
You guys in the US, you should see what possums look like here. They don't look like giant rats. The first time we ever saw a possum in the United States, we thought it was a giant rat. We were like, oh wow, it's the biggest rat we've ever seen. Guys, I'd just like to remind you, we're going to be doing the live prize draw in just a moment, that we got a brand new song called Proof of Life coming out in just 2 weeks. And so you're going to want to scan that code right there. And I got to, every time I make a hand gesture, the camera thinks I'm trying to communicate to it. Scan that code right there, and you can pre-save, be the first people in the world to hear the song when it comes out on Wednesday, the 21st of February. All right, now, as we continue on, Mitch Thistle said, I'm going to band practice after this. You guys got me effing pumped. That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Go and smash it. Your metal sister says, will there be any warm-up gigs in England before you tour with Bruce? At this stage, no.
Because we do have Filter right before that.
Yeah, well, it's the month previous, but at this stage, we don't have any plans for that. You know, it's not the only time we ever come into the UK. So promise you that we got more shows on their way. Jim O'Brien says, from a guy who grew up playing and listening to rock in the 80s, you guys are awesome. It is very refreshing to see and hear this kind of music in today's age of lost art of rock and roll. Well, thank you very much for the support, Jim. And thank you, all of you, for joining live here. It really means the world to us that you guys have given us so much support. All the comments on the music videos, on the songs on YouTube, all of the streams on Spotify, every single little bit makes everything that we do worthwhile. So a huge thank you to all you guys that are here hanging out here today, and just the people that listen to us and watch us on a frequent basis. Awesome. All right, now Joseph Strickland said, did any of you guys try Nashville hot chicken? And I'm gonna let Aldrich share a little story about this Nashville hot chicken.
Oh, it's a good one.
While we start to sign this stuff. So while he talks about that, we're going to start signing the stuff that we're going to do the prize draws for very, very soon. And while he's doing that, make sure you go pre-save our brand new song that's coming out in 2 weeks called Proof of Life. Take it away.
Okay, so anyone that knows me knows I'm no stranger to spicy food. I like to push the limit. And when we got to Nashville, we ended up getting a lot of Uber Eats, and I was amazed at the amount of options that you had there for Nashville hot chicken. So for the first few weeks or so, I tried a bunch of different places trying to get the hottest chicken that I could get, and everything didn't seem to do it for me. It was nice, it was hot, but it wasn't hot enough. And I found one place, and I can't actually remember what it was called, but they had 7 options for how hot their chicken went. And option number 7 was called "Are you kidding me?" So I ordered 6 chicken tenders at that heat, and I got through 1.5 and thought, no, this is the real deal. I can't eat any more of this. And I was sweating, and I went to bed that night. I woke up about 1 a.m. with the worst stomach cramps of my life. I was pale. I was drenched in sweat. I felt like I needed to throw up, but I couldn't. And it got to a point where I was like, I might need to go to the hospital if this carries on. And fortunately, it didn't get that far, but that was my experience with Nashville hot chicken.
Hot and spicy.
Hot and spicy.
I just had the little tiny bit of the corner, just the sauce, and it was just too much.
I'm vegetarian, so I didn't eat any of it, but I did smell the heat, and the heat was enough to the things that we're trying to. Yeah, do that. All right, so in case you're wondering what we're doing, we're signing the stuff that we're just about to give away. And again, thank you so much for everybody who is here today. And it's about time. Okay, I'm gonna give you like 3 more seconds to pre-save now. Pre-save now. Pre-save now. All right, now let's get that QR code down and let's do the prize draws.
Okay.
All right, now here is a quick reminder, guys, that if you don't, he's causing chaos. Okay, so these have been hand signed by the band, and remember that this is the actual grass, which is kind of funny, the fake grass, and pieces of the instrument that you can see in the actual music video. And so we have 2 of these. We're going to be drawing live just a moment in the signed drumsticks. Now, if you don't win one of these, you are not leaving empty-handed, because number 1, as you know, we got a new song coming out in 2 weeks, and as well as a huge thank you for all your support and for coming here. If you are wanting to get some merchandise like these hats, you can get 25% off all merchandise. That QR code right there will take you to the Black Smoke Trigger online store, and use the code PERFECT. For a limited time, it will give you 25% off everything on there. So without further ado, I've got like this spinny wheel with all y'all names on it, and we are going to do a live draw to find out who is winning. Now, what should we draw first, Josh?
I think we should let's do a drum kit first. No, drumstick. Yeah, let's do a drumstick.
All right, so we have the actual drumsticks that were used in the music video for Perfect Torture. So we have 2 of them to give away. They are signed by the man who played the drums himself, and the winner. Give me one of those sticks.
One of them. Drum roll.
The winner of this. He's written the song and everything. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. The winner. The winner. The winner. The Nashville hot chicken dinner is.
Well, that's
backwards. Haley Thompson, congratulations. You have won this drumstick.
Woo! Congratulations.
Now, let's do.
Should we go up in prizes? Let's do another drumstick.
All right, let's go. All right, one more drumstick. Okay, so the other drumstick, and this is like the actual drumsticks that were originally we were just going to give away some signed drumsticks, but then Josh was like, "Dude, these are the actual ones from the music video," because we had to get them right in Auckland to get. So anyway, the other drumstick that was used in Perfect Torture music video goes to. Hopefully, you can read backwards. Richard Lehman. Congratulations. We're going to reach out. We got your email address. We're going to reach out and get your address and send that. Now, let's step it up a gear. Let's do the first of two, one of one. You cannot get these anywhere else. If you see anybody copying them, you let us know. And Dan is going to go and kick their ass.
He will too.
So here we go. The winner of one of these. We've only got two of them. Very, very collectible. One of one. Things with the fake grass.
The actual grass.
From the music video.
These two one-on-ones.
These two
well, no, because they've got one-on-one. You can't.
They're unique.
They're unique. Each one is unique. It's a unique piece. The first one is Serge Piven. Congratulations. We're going to reach out and get this sent off to you. And where's the other one of one?
2 of 2.
Here we go.
Two of
2
one.
of 2. This right here, signed by Baldrick, by Dan, by Josh, and even me, goes to Neil Durrett. We're going to be sending this to your mailbox. Congratulations and thank you everybody for coming to hang out. And yeah, it's just these things are always great. It's always great to connect and just read you guys' comments and see them flying through. We really, really appreciate all of the support here. Now, just before we sign off, guess what we're going to do? We're going to go and what's the word here? Dan, devour a certain type of cuisine that we very much like. What are we going to go do, Dan?
We're going to go and enjoy a piping hot banquet of curry. Indian curry.
We are first name basis with the local curry shop here. All right, guys. So just before we go and do that, we're going to be going and celebrating. We want you to celebrate by pre-saving our brand new track, Proof of Life, which is coming out in just 2 weeks. This song here is the heaviest song on the record, and if it will give you a little demo to how it sounds.
Complete silence.
No, let's go. So Josh, can you just like beatbox the drums?
Okay.
Dan, you do the bass. I'll do the guitar, and then so we're just gonna do the intro. So you don't have to. You just rock out. Okay, and so count us in, and then right. Yeah, let's go. Bow doodle 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 dot dot doodle 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 dow doodle 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 dot dot doodle doodle.
I thought we were going to stop on the.
I thought so too, but I was like, "This is actually sounding pretty good." You should have caught. If you, we could have done the whole song, and then you guys would have had a little preview. So
should do the verse.
I would have drowned you all out once we got to the chorus, and butchered it because I'm not warmed up at all.
all right. Well,
some things are best in the imagination.
Yes.
Well, and the best part about this is that right here, you can actually go and hear the actual song in 2 weeks. But go pre-save that. It helps, and it's one of those things where you get to be the first people in the world to hear it. So again, I just want to say a huge thank you to every single person who has come here and hung out. If you want to go to the Black Smoke Trigger online store, remember, just use the code PERFECT for 25% off for a limited time. That's our way of saying thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Now, again, we can't wait for you guys to to actually meet you and hang out live as we're going to perform around the world this coming year. We got a lot more songs coming. We got the full album coming this year. We got more music videos for you. We got more music. And so, again, just a huge thank you from all of us for all the support. We can't wait to be out there performing to you. So, without further ado, goodbye. We will see you soon, and we will see. Now it's tracking. Yeah. Check. All right. Cheers, guys.
See you guys. See ya.
Catch you later.